Her big brother, who was inside the home, heard the commotion.
Her brother, my nephew, called me and said, "You need to get here." I said, "What's going on?" And he told me she's not responding.
For many hours, this area was blocked as the victim's lifeless body remained here on the scene.
Shelbie Jackson, affectionately known as Riri to family and friends, was a beautiful spirit. According to her family, she had a unique personality that made it easy for others to gravitate towards her. Shelbie even served time in the Army, something she was very proud of. Sadly, Shelbie's mother passed away when she was young, leaving her to be raised by her aunt from the age of 13. Most importantly, she was a mother to a 14-year-old girl whom she absolutely adored. Shelbie was looking forward to so many new chapters in her life, moving back to Texas, her upcoming birthday, and celebrating with family and friends. In her own words to a close friend, she said that she would focus on her peace once it was all over. Unbeknownst to those close to Shelbie, a tragic chain of events would soon unfold that would change her and her loved ones' lives forever. Just before 4 a.m. on March 13th, Memphis police responded to a home in the 4300 block of Sunny Slope Drive in Memphis's Hickory Hill neighborhood for reports of a shooting. Upon arrival, they would locate the body of an unresponsive adult female.
A Memphis mother was taken from her family in a senseless act of violence. Tonight, we're learning more about a deadly shooting in southeast Memphis. It happened early this morning on Sunny Slope Drive.
The victim was identified as Shelbie Jackson, who was sadly pronounced dead at the scene after succumbing to multiple gunshot wounds just 1 week before her birthday. Her bullet-ridden body was found lying in the bushes near the front door of her home. Although there isn't much information on the case, the investigation did reveal that Shelbie was getting off work and heading inside of her home before she was ambushed. Shelbie's older brother, who was inside of the home and in bed when the ambush occurred, described hearing 4 shots, with even one shattering his bedroom window, causing glass to fall on top of him as he dove for cover. He immediately began calling for help as he went to look for Shelbie, assuming she also ducked for cover. However, it was too late. Shelbie was already gone, and sadly, he would be the one to discover her body. In the subsequent hours, Shelbie's brother would watch her home turn into a crime scene. Video surveillance he turned over to investigators showed a man pull up in a car, open fire, and leave. The devastation of Shelbie's untimely and heartless murder hit her brother hard. The two were close, inseparable. She would often support him at his poetry shows and promote his personal fitness business. She stated, "The adoration and admiration I have for this guy is beyond measurable. We weren't given the best life, but we made the best of it. Big brother, you are a strong example of that. We didn't grow up in the same house, but the bond we share can never be broken, no matter how far apart we are. I'm so proud of the life you've lived thus far, and I'm looking forward to seeing so much more. I love you to the moon and back." On February 26, Shelbie will post an eye-opening message to Facebook stating, "If anything happens to me, look into my ex. He just threatened me outside of the courthouse." A little over 2 weeks later, Shelbie will be murdered. In a heartbreaking post, her brother stated, "Who would have thought? I'd be planning a poetry show and a funeral at the same time. And I told God, I didn't want to be strong this year." I can hear him laughing now. A couple of Shelbie's friends would send out messages saying, "Ladies, please do not take threats and domestic abuse lightly, because I never would have thought this would happen. And ladies, having any kind of man is just not worth your life." She was in the process of moving back to Texas, and he just couldn't let her go. Shelbie's brother has reasons to believe the suspect is a repeat offender and hopes the case can bring attention to what he called a broken bond system. During an interview with news sources, he stated, "A lot of what is happening in this city is caused by people who have 2, 3, 4, or 5 opportunities to invoke this type of evil." Shelbie's aunt said, "All Shelbie wanted was to be loved. All Shelbie wanted was companionship. And this was the end result."
I ducked for cover and I heard screams outside the window. I put on some clothes to come outside and look for her because I'm assuming she ducked as well. So maybe she ducked in her car.
He told Fox 13 he found his sister, Shelbie Jackson, laying in the bushes next to the front door, shot and killed. He tried to save her, but it was too late.
Felt her to see if I could feel a pulse, to see if I could feel breathing or hear anything. Didn't see anything. I was just looking at the body. At that point, I'm calling 911. Because a lot of what's happening in our city is from people who get 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 opportunities to invoke this type of evil.
Although Shelbie's family members are positive who the suspect is and the motive behind the shooting, MPD has yet to officially announce any of this information. Perhaps they're keeping everything sealed to avoid hindering the investigation. The case remains ongoing.